Hello and welcome to 7 Days 7 Topics, Day 5. Today we're going to be talking about fears, and believe it or not, I don't really like to talk about my fears because I like to act like I'm all macho and not afraid of anything, but I'm actually a big wuss. So today we're going to get up close and personal. Closer, closer, closer. Okay, I think that's close enough. So we're going to get up close and personal, and I'm going to tell you guys about my fears. And I hope that none of you will use these against me one day. As far as concrete fears, I'm afraid of spiders and heights sometimes. Not all the time, just like on rickety stairs that are really high. But I like flying and I like roller coasters, so I'm not like totally afraid of heights all the time, just sometimes. During my first year of college, I was super terrified of getting sick, getting really sick, not just like a cold, I can handle colds, but I was afraid that I was going to get sick and not be able to take care of myself, and I had like a mental breakdown over this once, and it was pretty bad, and I was like chugging the orange juice and stuff, but I guess it helped because I didn't get sick, so that's good. More abstractly, I'm afraid of not contributing anything to the world, and toiling in nothingness, like working really hard but not having anything to show for it. I'm sure there are a lot of deep-rooted psychological reasons why I'm afraid of not being useful to the world, but I couldn't really tell you what they are. I'm also a little bit afraid of the future, that it's so uncertain. I kind of like to plan things out a lot, and you can't really plan that much for the future. You can plan to a certain extent, but things don't always work out, so that's a bit nerve-wracking for me sometimes when I start thinking about all the things that could go wrong in the making of my life for my life. And yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about it because now I'm starting to think about it and freak out. A fear that both Courtney and David talked about in their videos is the fear of change. I think fear of change is pretty universal. Like, I'm not totally like saying I don't have any fear of change, but it's just like I don't really mind like the big changes that people think of, like when you think of change. Like, I chose to move away to college, and while it was hard at times, like I was never really afraid of making that transition. Like, it was something that I chose to do, and moving is not really a big deal to me. Maybe because I moved around a bit when I was little, not a ton, but some. But I think when it comes to fear of change, the change that I'm most afraid of is change in people, like the people that I love and people around me. Like, I'm afraid that they will change in a way that I don't like, or they'll change in a way where I don't need to be a major part of their life. Not a major part, but just like a part in general. Like, they'll change and won't need me. I guess I need to feel needed. But I'm also afraid of change in myself sometimes. Like, I'm afraid that I'll become a person that I don't like to be or like to be around, which sucks because I'm around myself a lot. But so that's my big fear, change-wise. Not so much like change in situation or change in physical location or whatever. Change in personality or emotional state is more my fear. So now that I've told you all about my fears and I'm all vulnerable and stuff, you guys can go tell me about your fears in the comments, and that would be awesome. Don't forget to subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. I'm enjoying making them. It's nice to be back on the YouTubes again in this way. So I'll see you tomorrow for the next topic. Bye!